We're going to take you deeper into the amazing and inspirational recovery of Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, shot point blank in the head this year in Arizona. And to do that, I'm joined by my colleagues Diane Sawyer, whose really moving 2020 special aired just earlier tonight, and Bob Woodruff, who brings a special experience to this, your injury, serious brain injury in 2006. Diane, I just want to say, watching and listening to Gabby Giffords today, it is inspirational.
It's life-affirming in some way, isn't it? They never would allow themselves to doubt, except alone at night at the end of the day, that she wouldn't somehow struggle her way back to the surface.
And she has, and Bob, you have too, and it's so wonderful for us to have witnessed this. What's it like to have experienced that inside?
Well, I think your reaction at first is, wow, I'm alive. I just can't believe I'm alive. And I'm sure that's exactly what happened with Gabby. And then suddenly you realize as time goes along, this is going to take a lot longer than you ever thought.
We're going to draw on your experience as Bob takes us in to the significance, to the steepness of the challenge that Gabby Giffords faced.
The events of that horrible morning in Tucson are by now burned into our memories.
We are following a developing story, and it comes to us out of Tucson.
Giffords of Arizona was shot outside a grocery store.
Gabby Giffords, the energetic, ever-optimistic Congresswoman, clinging to life, shot in the head at close range. As they write in their new memoir, Gabby, A Story of Courage and Strength, all that followed in those chaotic moments not only saved her life, but helped limit the brain damage, giving her the best chance possible of recovering.
Everything went as good as it possibly could have to get her to the situation she's in right now.
The bullet had pierced Gabby's skull, causing serious damage to the left side of her brain. It was a miracle she survived, but no one could be sure if she'd ever walk or talk again.
The recovery from these kind of injuries isn't measured in days and weeks. It's more like weeks and months.
It's the main artery going through Baghdad.
It's a road I've been down myself after a traumatic brain injury in 2006.
This is one of the fixed base.
While reporting in Iraq, I was hit by the ferocious force of an IED. When I woke up 36 days later at Bethesda Naval Hospital, my speech was scrambled and confused.
60 years ago, we woke up after 33 years?
No, days. Days ago.
The doctors gave her the okay to move from the ICU unit.
So as Gabby Giffords began her long journey back, I knew very well the challenges that lay before her.
But this is your room. You got here yesterday.
Gabby's husband, astronaut Mark Kelly, made a decision early on to videotape her recovery.
You'll be able to see how well you were doing. You look great. You just got a little work to do here.
In the beginning, there were no words at all.
Can you smile, sweetie? Oh, that's not a smile. That wasn't a smile. That's better.
Encouraging signs that the old Gabby was still in there, struggling to break free. Her husband assumes the role of motivator-in-chief.
Here are your tennis shoes. You're going to be jumping out of this bed, running around these hallways.
There's no scientific measure for the value of family, but I know how important it is to have them around. It gave me something to strive for.
Even when the doctors were telling me something different, I would look at them and I would say, but you don't know my husband. You don't know my Bob. He's a fighter.
So much about the brain remains a mystery. Since Gabby was shot, I've interviewed doctors, scientists, therapists, trying to learn more about her recovery.
So her comprehensive abilities are fine?
I think normal.
The footage Mark shared with us offers an extraordinary inside look at the struggle as Gabby tries to deal with her condition. It is called expressive aphasia, which in very simple terms means she knows the words she wants to say, but has difficulty getting them out.
It's not the language is lost. Your ideas are there, you're just not able to verbalize them.
Her doctors say the bullet damaged the left side of her brain, where speech is produced. Further back, the comprehension area is relatively unharmed. But the signals between the two are disrupted by the injury.
It's a watch.
When the first words finally come for Gabby, they are often wrong.
You sit in the spoon. Okay, watch me, Gabby. Spoon.
And frequently repeated.
What kind of flour is this?
Chicken.
Gabby was stuck inexplicably on the word chicken for several days.
Chicken. Chicken.
We still don't know exactly why we forget some words, but we remember others when we have this kind of injury to the brain.
I think that's right. And really, a big part of the history of neuroscience is learning from patients with brain injury.
Gabby, did the word sometimes just come out?
Yes.
And you can't control it? Can I promise you something?
Yes.
It will get better.
And as you'll see when the special edition of Nightline continues, music may be the key to bringing Gabby back.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. That's a very business cat who called it macaroni.